club with a membership fee of lung health. The whole time I kept swearing to myself, that'll never be me. I'll never fall for this. However, those little things that I initially ignored started to shift my perspective. I had several older cousins I looked up to. They were cool, funny, and had attractive girlfriends. And guess what? Every single one of them smoked. Even my well-meaning mom unintentionally influenced me as I saw her find calmness and relaxation with a cigarette. My friends made me feel like I was missing out on great conversations by not joining them for a smoke. And let's not forget those movies with Brad Pitt where he'd light up after fighting off the bad guys or sleeping with beautiful Hollywood women. At this point, cigarettes were gradually becoming linked to more enjoyable moments in my mind. It doesn't matter if someone has good, bad, or no intentions at all. We are all being influenced by others, no matter how self-aware we are. Some ideas and beliefs that we adapted are so convincing that we never even think to question them. Throughout history, there have always been lies masquerading as facts, and this continues to be the case today. Before cigarette advertising was banned, smoking was portrayed as glamorous, sophisticated, and cool. Advertisers claimed that smoking was good for the lungs, throat, and digestion, using slogans such as recommended by more doctors than any other cigarette. One example of a cigarette commercial is the iconic 1950s Lucky Strike Green Has Gone to War campaign. The commercial featured a group of soldiers on a battlefield lighting up Lucky Strike cigarettes and declaring that they tasted better due to its tobacco's quality. The soldiers then sent a message to the Lucky Strike factory thanking them for providing high-quality cigarettes that helped them to relax and relieve stress. The commercial also emphasized the health benefits of smoking, stating that it helps to prevent tooth decay and soothe sore throats. Marketing for cigarettes really never stopped. Instead, it has become increasingly subtle and ingenious over time. As cigarettes fell out of fashion, vaping rose in popularity. Between 2011 and 2019, e-cigarette use by teenagers increased by a staggering 1,800%. With its chemically flavored taste and smell, vaping appeared to be the more attractive and less harmful option for young people who unwittingly fell prey to the same nicotine trap, deceived by the illusion that is the lesser of two evils. The drug used by smokers and vapers is the same, and the psychological effects are not as distinct as one might assume. Smokers often center their lives on smoking and refuse to handle any task without a cigarette. Similarly, if you substitute smoker with vapor, the statement may be just as applicable. The psychological effects of smokers and vapers still remains aligned. Both yearn for nicotine in order to deal with a life event or an emotional response. Nicotine poses as a solution to our mental well-being when it is only a temporary distraction from a solution. Just consider, even if for a second, that your thought pattern suddenly lost nicotine cravings. It just wasn't an option, and even if it was, there was no desire. What would you do with all that mental space you gained from not giving a shit about smoking or vaping? What if the desire to smoke turned out to be an illusion? At social events, we often see people enjoying cigarettes. Others only vape while claiming that at least it's not as harmful as smoking. To me, however, it's all the same. Nicotine in a different disguise reinforces the idea that this whole circus is normal. Our ego makes us to believe that it's better than most, less harmful, and that our way of doing it is okay. We ignore our mental dependency just because we can physically limit our nicotine intake one way or another. As a result, our subconscious mind accepts the excuse as truth. Remember that this is your story as much as it is mine. My personal vulnerability is to inspire your own truth. I really hope that you will take a break at any point during this book to reflect on your own story. Hell, have a cigarette or a vape while you're at it, but do it consciously and try not to let the smoke cloud your judgment. If you've already stopped smoking or vaping, just breathe. You're already a non-smoker, non-vapor, so you might as well attempt to be a happy one.